The fundamental corporate finance identity is an equation that relates the market values of a company's assets, equity, and debts. We write it as MVA equals MVE plus MVD. This simple but versatile equation is foundational in many parts of corporate finance. Here, we transform it to explain why changes in a company's cash holdings are negatively related to changes in net working capital. In other words, an increase in net working capital will cause a decrease in cash and vice versa. We start by disaggregating each variable into long and short-term components. We don't do this for equity because this is only long-term. In the next step, we relabel long-term assets as property, plant, and equipment, or PPE, and further disaggregate short-term assets into cash, inventories, and receivables. We also relabel short-term debt as trade payables, making the implied assumption that in this simple model, the company has no short-term borrowings. Then we move cash to the left-hand side. Because our focus is on changes in cash, we consider the company at the end of the year in comparison to the beginning of the year and define the difference using the delta operator. Therefore, the change in cash is delta cash, which equals delta equity plus delta debt plus delta payables minus delta PPE minus delta inventories minus delta receivables. If we define net working capital as inventories plus receivables minus payables and relabel delta PPE as CapEx, with a small amount of rearranging, we have shown that delta cash equals positive delta equity plus delta debt minus CapEx minus delta net working capital. All else being equal, therefore, an increase in equity or debt will result in an increase in the company's cash holding. In contrast, expenditure on CapEx or an increase in net working capital will decrease the cash balance.